Hi everyone, so let me do my final review. Sorry, my voice is going. Let me do my final review of Wimbledon. So I've just finished watching the men's final, which was Sinner versus Alcaraz, and I was thinking, I knew it was going to be interesting, but actually it lasted just over 3 hours. One thing I want to say first of all is that Tim Henman, and he's been like this for years, he's so biased towards like Carlos Alcaraz. I hate when commentators are overly biased. So every time like Sinner was like literally doing some fantastic shots, you know what I mean, I was watching and I was thinking, wow, because he was just, everything Carlos was giving to him, he was just hitting back. Tim Henman stays quiet, and then when it came to the third set and Sinner was coming out to serve for the match, he was just, it was I think the fourth set, sorry, he just started mentioning Carlos again, saying, oh, can Carlos rise to the occasion? And then he was saying things like the Spanish fans are disappointed. And I just thought, have some respect, do you know what I mean? You're supposed to be a bit neutral. If you have got a favourite, you're not supposed to show it in that way. But that is BBC, that's the commentators, they're always like that. So set one, Sinner just came out there. I did say that I was thinking he was going to be the one to beat, because he's already lost to Carlos in obviously the French Open. That was in 5 sets. And I think this is the thing with sports, isn't it? When you lose, and you lose badly, even though you know you've got more in you, or you know you're better than that, it gives you that energy and that like anger to go out there with like determination. And I knew from the first game that Sinner was like saying to himself, I'm not going to lose. I'm not prepared to lose. He was almost saying, I've lost, because he's lost 4 times to Alcaraz. And he also lost embarrassingly at the French Open because he was up 2 sets apparently. Or 2 or 3 sets he was up, but that was a 5-hour match and he lost. So he must have been coming into this thinking, it doesn't matter what I have to do. And you could tell by the way that he was playing, he was just going for it. And then Alcaraz kind of brought his level up again. So it went from 4-2, so Sinner was ahead by 4 games to 2. This was in the first set. Then Alcaraz brought it level to 4-4. And at that point I thought, okay, Alcaraz is just going to turn on the tricks like he always does. He's probably going to win. But no, that wasn't happening, because Sinner was like, what I really liked about him, and this is why I said, like, for me originally, I thought, yeah, he's a bit of a boring player. Most of the games he's played in Wimbledon, to be fair, I haven't watched them all the way through, and he does come across as really laid back. He comes across as more quiet. He doesn't really show that much emotion on the court. So I was thinking, oh, you know, what's going to happen here? But what I will give him is the credit for is he didn't let the pressure get to him, because Alcaraz was doing his normal stuff where, yeah, playing to the crowd. The crowd was mostly, I'd say, wanting Alcaraz to win because they were chanting his name. He's doing the smiling thing, he's doing the acting. He's a charmer, you know, that's what I've always said. He's not like my personal favourite tennis player. He's probably not in the men's, he's not in my top 10. But in terms of gameplay, sorry, he is, yeah, he's up there. But in terms of personality, I think he does play to the crowd, which is what you meant to do. But today that didn't work, because no matter how much playing to the crowd, Sinner just outplayed him in the end. So second set, Sinner took the first 2 games, then it went to 4-2 ahead. Then it was anyone's game at that point, and then he won it 6-4. So Sinner won the second set. He got a standing ovation from the crowd. That set was that good that the crowd were like on their feet, and I was watching it and I was thinking, how long am I going to be sat here? So I was literally standing up, doing a bit of stretching. I thought, I can't sit again. I can't do a Andy Murray thing where I used to sit for 3-4 hours, wouldn't go and get a drink. It wasn't that bad. I did go and get a drink, I did move around, but then I was thinking, oh, this could go anywhere. So then there was some really fantastic shots, you know. It was just, both of them were playing their best tennis, to be fair. They've played each other, they know how each other plays, but it was, you know, compared to yesterday, the women's final, which was over in 57 minutes, and where Amanda and Anisimova just wasn't her best. Everyone knows that. It's all over social media that was not the match everyone was expecting. Today was the match that everyone expected. It had everything, and it lasted 3 hours, so the crowd got their ticket money. They got their money worth. So then, yeah, in the first set, Sinner was 75% first serves in. No, sorry, that was Alcaraz. And then Sinner, he started lifting his game, because in the second set, Alcaraz was 42% first serves in. That is terrible. That is like terrible for any tennis player. If you're only 43%, getting your first serves in, against a quality player, number one player in the world, you're in trouble. Whereas Sinner was 68% first serves in. Sinner had 15 winners. This was in set 3 versus Carlos 9 winners. Now for him, that is not his best. It's not, do you know what? It wasn't even that it wasn't his best. I'm not going to say that. He was playing his best. He just was up against the best. If someone's the best in the world, it means that they've beaten the best. And I suppose you have to come with but at the same time, Carlos is the reigning Wimbledon champion. Sorry, he's not anymore. But yeah, when it got to 1 hour 34 minutes, I couldn't call it. I was literally just up. I was walking around. I was thinking this could be either of them. But then Sinner was just playing magnificent. It's the same as with Sabalenka because she was number 1 in the world. Obviously, when she was at her best during Wimbledon, she was playing her best, but someone was able to beat her. Iga was just saying, I don't care if she's number 1, I'm still going to go out there and do whatever. Even Anna Samova was the same. She was I don't care where she is in the world, I'm still going to do it. With these two, because they've got history and because Sinner had a point to prove. It would be the same as with me. I think if you want to get revenge on someone, or if something has got away from you, so maybe you took an exam and you just didn't do your best, or maybe something you lost and it meant a lot to you. You go out there with a different level of fire. So Alcaraz, I think, was quite complacent in the fact that the crowd were behind him. He's got a lot of everyone's hyping him up. He's always the reigning champion. I think personally that he thought he was going to do it, and the commentators were saying he's confused. If you saw on his face, he didn't know what was going on. He was like, this is not like me, I don't usually lose. What's going on? He wasn't his usual self, and that's because Sinner was there not for the crowd. Sinner was there not for everyone backing him. He wasn't thinking he's this fantastic person who never loses. He was just there to get his revenge, and you could tell because every shot and the way that he was running after those balls. I mean, I've not seen a tennis match like that for a long time, where whether it was at the back, the front, whether it was Carlos was hitting winners all the time, but they were just not winning because Sinner was just saying, I don't care what ball you hit at me, it's coming back. And he just hit every single ball back at him, and that's what made him win, because it was he never gave up. So to me, it was a good final. I think the right person won. Not the right person. I personally think that Sinner deserved it because he put the effort in, and at least now he can sleep well, because after the French Open, apparently they said he was just so upset with himself, he was so down on himself. And it just gives you that confidence, doesn't it, to say, well, okay, well, I'm the number 1 in the world, I've also got the Wimbledon trophy, so who knows what's going to happen next year. My only thing is, I don't know if Djokovic is going to come back for another Wimbledon final, Wimbledon tournament. People are saying that he might retire. That would be a shame, because I just think I'd like to see him in one more tournament. Me now, obviously I'll see what Sinner does. I'm not still going to say I'm just a massive fan of someone just because they've won. Then neither of them are my people. If Ben Shelton steps up his game and Jack Draper over the next year and they come back, it'll be exciting to see how far they can get. What do you guys think? Let me know if you watched the final. Let me know what you thought about it, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.